everyone, welcome to my farewell tour this week. We're currently having a holiday in Taupo. It's my hometown and we're doing some riding on some very old roads of mine. Just wanted to show you a little bit where I kind of grew up and where all my cycling started for me. I'm currently going past Taupo Motorsport Park, which is iconic as the Tuesday night road cycling race series with the local club. I could not tell you how many laps of this circuit I've done. It's by far the best way to get some midweek racing in with like closed roads and fast surface. We had a lot of fun times here. Plenty to talk about and show you this week coming. So let's crack on. With a few facts about Taupo and the region. I grew up here. I was born here and I lived here till I was about 23. Now I started cycling the very last part of my high school years. My school group at the time was filled with riders and cyclists, and it was a transition from golf, which my granddad introduced me to, but a bit jealous always that my mates who were riding. So we got involved. I stayed on in Taupo after school years, worked in a bike shop, a local bike shop here. Kind of fell in love with the sport, obviously, and here we are. So realistically, I've not trained Taupo roads for 10 years, I'd say. Have always come back to do the cycle challenge event, which is around Lake Taupo, 160k. And it's always fun coming back to do that race. Did it many times while I lived here. But this week I want to do some roads that are old training roads and re-explore some of those areas and see what's changed, see what hasn't changed, and show you kind of that history for me. Talk about some other stuff this week as well related to the channel, and just take you along for a bit of a farewell tour. As I said before, we are 3 months from leaving for Belgium, and it's sort of all from here on in, it's just all about that move. So we have a nice little relaxing week, say goodbye to a certain family, and all eyes forward. So today I'm just doing a little spin around Aratete Road, which leads to the Aratete Rapids, which is one of Taupo's kind of bigger attractions. It is dammed up, then the dam opens a few times a day, but it's always a really popular place to come. The rapids that it forms once the dam's open were used in like the Hobbit movie, I believe the second one, where they go down the barrels. So it's one of those sorts of places, lots of tourists come to it. Zooming right here, I'll show you them closed. So the dam's over there, and you can pretty much see from the water line and stuff just how much water comes through here. It's pretty phenomenal. It's pretty cool when they are open, but as I said, they only open a few times a day. It's just to help to keep like the lake level at its peak. So yeah, they just control it from here, and this is the Waikato River. It's the only river that comes out of Lake Taupo. It flows all the way up to like Auckland, and there's like 7 or 8 hydro dams along this river. So these sorts of dams at this end are realistically to maintain the flow to the other hydro dams. It's where a lot of the New Zealand's electricity comes from. So kind of cool to be at this end of it, really, when the water is actually clear and you get the best version of the river. So that's what that looks like. And so this is somewhere I've ridden past hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So kind of neat to be back here. Maybe on another ride I can ride past when it's open. kind of show it off. But yeah, if you ever come to Taupo, this will be a place to come. So Aratiatia road climb done for the first time in a long time. That's a real tried and true climb for me all many years ago. Doesn't get any easier, but I certainly show it that one to you because it's quite typical of the climbing in Taupo. The chip seal, it's pretty rough. Our roads are really grippy around here. Average speed's often way down, particularly compared to my Wellington riding, and gradient wise we're sort of at 5 to 8%. It's pretty typical, and just sort of up and down all day. There's not a lot of flat road in Taupo. Add that with the grippy seal, makes for some pretty hard man riding. Gotta be on the pedals quite a bit. What am I doing down this silly path, you're saying? He's lost the plot completely. Now I'm actually going with a bit more nostalgia this ride, and to show you where we're at the Taupo Velodrome. And here we are. Look, I never did track properly as a junior, but we certainly did a lot of laps of this velodrome as road cyclists. That's part of our school's training. I did some junior coaching when I left school and was just working in the bike shop, and we spent a lot of time up here. A few track nights on borrowed bikes, but just a lot of suffering around here as a junior. Obviously it's one of the safest places to do some training. Just nice to do an honourable lap. Need to work on that. And now a cruise along the lakefront. So good. I certainly took all of these views for granted while I lived here, and it's so nice to be kind of back in a place I know that's familiar, but obviously is kind of feels fresh. Super cool. So a very successful first ride back here. I do have a number of days left, and we'll do some bigger rides in the next few, amongst seeing some family and friends. Kind of really cool to be kind of front-ending our move to Belgium with back-ending some stuff here, so really awesome. Looking forward to showing you some more. Thanks for coming along. Keep it simple, everyone. We'll see you all real soon in another video. Peace.